experience of doing the BA Psychosocial Studies at Goldsmiths. I'm going to talk about what I enjoyed and what I've done since then. So the modules that stuck out for me was the fieldwork practice. This was an optional module in year 2. I ran an art-based therapy group for the elderly. It allowed me to get practical experience and to understand what it's like to facilitate a group and group dynamics, group process, and I just thought it was a really valuable introduction into what it would be like to actually work. Another one was counseling skills. I think that this was really useful no matter what role you go into in the future, being able to listen to people and to empathize with them in a person-centered way and being non-judgmental. It's really invaluable in all your relationships. Just opened my mind and my eyes to a different way of communicating. I also really enjoyed doing my dissertation. I did it on men's mental health. I looked at why men don't seek help in times of need and what services can do to offer the help to change the help that's being offered, because it's one thing to identify the problem, but if you can't change the help that's offered, maybe people won't engage with it. So I think that it allowed me to explore something that was both personal to me and what I feel a pressing issue in society. The tutors were really supportive, and they fostered nourishment and growth and kind of allowed you to tailor the course to your own interests while remaining in the parameters of what is required of you. Overall, I think what really has influenced me and my life and my work from the course is the way in which I've come to understand how the individual needs to be placed in the context of society, and kind of the impact of institutionalization and what that does to a person, and how different cultures treat kind of the same set of symptoms differently, or the display is different. So once I graduated, I got a job as a support worker, working in high supported accommodation for people who had a diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia. And I could really I felt I could tell how I was set apart differently from the people who had done a standard psychology degree, whereas they just saw the person, the diagnosis, the medication, kind of follow this tick box exercise. I was able to try and place the individual in the context of their culture and their life experiences, because you'll never come across two people who have the same life story. So we had one woman from Nigeria and a man who had studied at Eton, and they'd been given the same diagnoses, but their coping mechanisms were so different. And if you just looked at it as a pure coping mechanism, it could be seen as mad or delusional. But actually, if you place it in the context of their life story, it made perfect sense. And that's something I wouldn't have been able to do without the grounding of the course and understanding people like Foucault and, just institutionalization of people and the effect that has kind of led me to realize that by working there, I was part of the system that I was struggling to deal with. So I left that job and I now work as an independent advocate. I support vulnerable people in having their voice heard and having their rights upheld. It's really rewarding. It's been difficult during a pandemic. But I wouldn't have been able to see those things without the course. And I think that what it has offered me has changed my perception of the world, mostly for